You're listening to the YTFA Podcast.
Welcome one and all to the YTFA Podcast, where we discuss current events, give advice, and reviews in the YouTube videos that you send into us. Without further ado, welcome to the family. As usual, I'm your host, Lord Pyrelon, joined by Parnell Animation. Jack Downcast Spark is still dead. We also have a guest with us.
He's here. Spark's alive.
Spark's alive again.
No. Hi.
Okay.
You're on recording right now.
Recording.
Welcome to the land of the living. Apparently, or did we mistake his sleeping for death? I don't know.
I think we might have. Yeah.
We gotta stop doing that.
Yeah.
We gotta just stop assuming that. Look, I know we care about our favorite Shiba Inu, but
No, I'm here. I'm here. Hello. Hi.
Our guest today, we have Subject Bruce with us.
So how's it going today? Hey, Dev, are you having a good day?
Day's going pretty good. It's fairly solid. We had a hurricane not too long ago, but I was getting better. Not too shabby.
Hurricane.
Yeah, it was quite some time ago, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know too much about history, but you know what I do know about, and I know all you know a lot about? Writing. And hey, I think that's today's topic, isn't it?
The big writing. The skill of writing. The one that writes with the paper and the pen. The one that... Yeah, I don't know where I was going with this, but anyway, continue.
I am the one who writes. Actually, two of us write. I guess. Actually, no. Spark, you've done like short films, so you've written scripts before as well. So we all have. Everyone here has had some sort of experience with writing.
Bro is so quick to write me off. Like, Spark doesn't write. You play games.
You're
You
a gamer.
gamer.
Spark,
You gamer.
You don't play.
Spark literally sitting here as an international award-winning director.
You don't write. What's writing, Spark?
I was more talking about our YouTube channels. I forgot. For some reason I blanked and forgot you had short films on your YouTube channel as well.
To be fair, I haven't made a new short film in a while, so I understand.
Yeah, we all have experience with writing. Dev, I'm sure you write scripts for your videos. I think, unless that's off the cuff, because then that would be really impressive.
Yeah, I most definitely write scripts. I don't think I can do what I do without them. I stutter way too much, so yeah, I kind of need that.
Same here. So we figured this would be a great topic to talk about, talk about writing videos, like our different processes, is how someone can improve their scripting or even reading from scripts, and how hard it is for some people to read from a script without like people knowing you're reading from a script. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, so Dev, why don't you start? Like, how do you go through writing scripts for your videos? Like, where do you come from with that?
In terms of actually writing the script, it's a fairly long process, for me at least. At first I have to, think of what the script has to actually be about before itself. But when I actually, get to writing, sometimes I'll open my notes, sometimes I'll open a doc, just wherever I can write, I just write down my ideas as I go by. It can take up to several days, but it's just a collection of my basic thoughts, depending on the context of what I'm watching or reading. So yeah, mostly just what comes to my head for the most part, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. So, do you do anything to, break up the scripts so that, so it's easier to read, or is it just, one big thing?
Yeah, I usually have segments or parts where I break everything down in, because in my videos, they also have parts and segments like title cards. So I segment everything off based on whether it be characters or the story or the animation, things like that, just so I can be just a bit more organized and not have everything all jumbled together,
Yeah. And why don't we go in order of how I'm seeing everyone?
Okay.
Pyro, how do you go about your scripts?
Okay, well, I sit down. I have a short aneurysm. I stay up for about 48 hours, and I have a paragraph down. That's how I write. No, seriously though, it's
Just SpongeBob taking all night to write the. Well, that's good enough.
Yeah, basically.
I can actually see James there, and I see him waking up, like the SpongeBob eyes, like doing time for a break. All right.
What is that voice? Who is is it?
Oh, that's my fam. My mom. There you go.
Do you have voice mod on? Is that what that is?
Yes.
No. I had my fan on, dude. Like that was on. I had to turn it off.
I can barely understand what the hell you're saying.
I think that makes the bit funnier, honestly.
This is my normal voice as I read and as I write. I write in my narrative voice.
See, because listen, this is me now, right? This is me when I'm not ready to write. But then, like, when I wake up, right? Like, let me tell you about my writing, like in my writing voice, okay?
Okay.
October 25th, 2023. I wake up. I grab my book. I write. I write like I never wrote before. As I'm writing, I write. James, the Lord Paramount. Got banned from Twitter. That's all right.
all that to tease me for getting banned from Twitter.
You're welcome.
All that to tease you for being banned from Twitter for a fourth time.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I was waiting for you guys to switch over to me and then do the narrator voice, but I forgot when I had voice mod open. It was already on the narrator voice. So hi.
It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. So we got a little derailed.
We always get derailed.
So-
That's nothing new.
We do. Like, how many times do we just like sit here and we're talking about like some serious news or something, and then we're like, so Sonic the Hedgehog.
No, Sonic the Hedgehog, along with Jack RL.
What? I was just I've just been practicing my voice acting, guys. Like, you know, like.
So
Welcome to the YTFA Podcast, where we sometimes talk about YouTube.
Oh, you want me to talk like YouTube?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Like, you want money? No, you don't look like PewDiePie. Tell me to get terminated.
There you go.
Oh.
That's YouTube.
I don't know. My latest video, I had a bit where I had the CEO of YouTube talking like Cell. So anyway, back on the topic of writing.
Yes.
Usually it kind of just comes down to I try to compartmentalize stuff, and usually I do have like a good rough kind of outline for my videos, but most of the time as I write, that outline starts to kind of degrade, and I kind of start switching things around, which I think is like normal for the creative process. You kind of like, as you write, you start like bringing up topics earlier than you really wanted to, and you start pushing other topics back, and like you just kind of it's an ever-flowing kind of ever-evolving kind of thing as you write. So
Yeah, it is. It's always growing, always changing. Like, that's kind of how writing works.
Yeah, for me, on a serious note, when I go and I want to write something, I usually have to go out and go to the forest or something, find some inspiration, or like I have to like write like at a cafe or something. I can't really do it at home. Like I've tried. It's just I don't think I have it in me to do it at home.
Well, that's like a really natural thing. Oh, sorry, you go ahead. Dude.
I was just gonna say that when you said go into the forest or something, I thought you were about to say like you go out into the forest, you find an innocent animal, you sacrifice it to the gods of writing and for inspiration.
Like William Shakespeare's ghost comes up and
innocent little rabbit. I take the rabbit and slit its throat and I sacrifice it to the purple ones. Jack Barkle walks out of the car and sees me kill the rabbit and then cries in horror, Spark, how could you kill this innocent rabbit? And I didn't say, Jack, have you never had rabbit stew, Jack?
I haven't had rabbit stew.
Rabbit stew is actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I actually heard a lot of good things about rabbit stew. I never had it myself, but my grandmother, when she was around, said it was pretty damn good. So
My no, he loves rabbit stew. He's a big fan of rabbit stew.
Okay.
No, yeah. My writing process is long because what I do is I don't write one video at a time. I write like an entire season of a show at a time. So what I'll do is I'll have like while I'm animating every day, I'll also be picking away at a whole season of a show. And it always starts with like, okay, here's the overarching story, here's what the themes are going to be this season, what characters I'm going to develop the most this season, who I'm going to focus on. And then I'll write my outline, which will be like, okay, I'll like outline like the episodes that'll be the big story episodes, like the ones that, and I'll go, okay, how many do I need in between to make this pace and flow better, to make it more naturalistic? And then when I have those outlines, then I start actually writing the scripts.
Mm-hmm.
And I must look like the craziest idiot on the planet when I'm writing, because I will be sitting there while I'm typing the script, quietly doing impressions of all my voice actors as I like write it all down.
I can see Jack doing that. like Jack's like writing and you just see him go like talking like Gina. I'd be like it's like no. Gina would be higher. Okay, that's better. That's like
it's like not like capturing the voice. It's about capturing like the personality and the speech pattern. Because you don't want to write something that the character would never say, right?
Oh no, that's entirely true, Jack. I'm just saying, no, you'd also want to do the voice.
I would. Like, there's so many times where people like caught me like say like that Awesome Man episode I just released. If I was to write that today, it's a remake of an old episode, but if I was to write that today, even back then I think I did, where I'd be like sitting there. Of course, I do Perfect Professor Villain because I'm his actual voice actor going. So I'd be sitting there going like, this time, Awesome Man will bow to I, Professor Villain, etc., until Drillbot comes in, who was voiced by my friend Matthew, and I would actually do the bad Kermit impression going, this plan will fail, just like your marriage. Oh, what do you know? And that's why my humor ends up being so dialogue heavy as well, and like so like heavy on character interaction, is just because a lot of the times my writing is me improving the characters with myself, and then I write that improv down and then refine it over the course of like a year, because I slowly pick away at these scripts over the course of a full year. And that's kind of my weird ass process for writing.
Yeah.
But here's a question for you guys. What do you all think is, what in your opinion, when it comes to like writing a script for a video, and what is the most important thing for you to prioritize? What is the thing that when you're proofreading, you're looking for that first? You're like, that is priority one. That is the most important thing to me.
Burger. It was just so quiet. I didn't know what to say.
You good?
Burger.
Oh yeah. Honestly, for me, I think the one thing that I prioritize when it comes to script writing, it might be different for other people, but is the humor or the comedy. I always make sure I have like something in there sprinkled in that can make someone laugh. Because I always, going in to writing scripts, I always come with the mindset of how can I entertain somebody to the best of my ability. You know, some jokes land, some jokes don't. So whenever the script is done, sometimes I'll see if I have a joke in place, or see if I want to add a joke, or if I want to take out one, if I cringed at myself a little too much writing it or something like that. But overall, I think comedy or humor is also or always a must when writing or thinking up a script.
You know, that's a very good point. And your videos are hilarious, just to say.
I'll take you.
There aren't very many YouTubers who I've gone back and rewatched videos of, but I really have so much fun every time I watch yours that I have rewatched a couple times.
Wow, that means a lot.
Okay, I just part of the reason, not this isn't the only reason, but like part of the reason why I kind of delayed recording the podcast for a bit was because I was watching through your Amphibia video. That is a really good video. Like
I'll take you.
Yeah.
I spent like months making that one video. I procrastinated. I delayed it quite a few times, but I finally got it out. I don't know how, but I did.
No, the effort totally shines through.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Well, thank you.
And James, what is your priority one to you?
My priority, I don't know. When it comes to my videos, I do like gaming retrospectives and stuff like that, gaming video essays. So a lot of my videos just tend to be very analytical, but I also try to add comedy in there. So like I kind of try to balance the analytical stuff, the educational stuff, and also try to bring in a sort of sarcastic comedy to everything that I say. So it's kind of even when I'm saying something more educational, I try to add some dry humor in there when I can. So it's kind of like I also try to prioritize jokes, but sometimes it's a balancing act between like these three kind of, these three things that I kind of want to do. I feel like a lot of videos that I make aren't as joke heavy as I would want them to be. So, but that's kind of the balancing act that I have to deal with.
That can't be an easy balancing act either. Like the few times I've done an informational video, I try to write jokes and it is hard to balance. Like for both of you guys, like how you both balance like information and comedy, and that's not easy. It's not an easy balancing act to do at all. And that takes a lot of skill. Speaking of skill, how does our director friend over here in the corner, our favorite Shiba Inu, think? What is his priority one?
I think it is very difficult to mix a serious story with writing, and especially sometimes comedy too. And I really don't think it matters the medium of how you do it, because I feel like it's just difficult in general to be entertaining and get your point across in a way that's not just informative, but and educational, but also entertaining. So usually I feel like when it comes to writing like that, I feel like it usually comes from a personality standpoint, and as well as like what's the word I'm looking for? Experience. There it is. So a mixture of experience and just the right personality to make those kind of that writing style come to life. That doesn't mean like, oh, if you don't have a certain personality, you can't do it. No, I'm just saying like I feel like a certain personality, because it makes it easier to do. So like it just takes time to just sit down and just really just practice and harness that craft within the writing world.
Yeah, it's fair. It's God knows it takes so many years of practice to be able to sit there and be like confidently say you're good at writing. I know personally though, my priority one, again, my content's just kind of weird and different. I'm just making indie cartoons on my channel, right? So my priority one always ends up being the characters. I think of the scenario and then I'm like, and then my entire writing process just becomes, how do these characters react to this thing? What do they do now? Who plays off of who here? Who's freaking out? Who's the one going, nah, this is bullshit? I don't know. For me, it's a lot of juggling characters. It is a juggling act because it's like the characters are always my priority one, but then I have to also balance in like the main story and the humor. Well, the characters are purposely written to lead to humor. Sometimes they need to do a little extra just to really get that big belly laugh out of someone, you know?
Yeah, totally.
I don't know. I think it's interesting though to think about I've always found it interesting to think about different writing styles, different processes for people. Most people write. Like a lot of creators write. It doesn't matter if you're doing YouTube, if you're podcasting. There's some podcasts that write. Like my friend Aria, she wrote this great D&D podcast. Like that's a lot of writing there.
Yeah,
it's a lot of thought that goes into it.
Most true crime podcasts have like a loose script, at least a loose script.
Like we end up consuming writing so much, but I feel like so many people when they're starting out YouTube don't think about the writing. They just kind of hop and go, I'll just hop on camera, I'll hop behind the microphone, and I'll just bleh, and then something good will come out.
Yeah, that's how it works, you know?
Well, that depends on what you're making. If you're doing gaming videos, yeah, that is how it works. Unless you're like doing an Alpharad style, then there is scripting involved, of course.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I think I've seen people come in and they just bleh, and they ramble like I'm doing right now. So maybe I should shut up.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of people that like. I mean, that was what I did when I started. I feel like, and you know, even like just rambling, it is an acquired skill. There are so many unscripted YouTube channels out there that are able to just like get in front of a camera and just go. But that is such an acquired skill that I don't recommend it unless you already have that skill. Script write, like just having like loose notes at the very least helps a ton.
Oh, absolutely. Like, because rambling has a charm of its own, but it takes so much practice to do it in a way that's entertaining, in a way that makes people laugh, that gets the sillies out. Because if you're too jokey when you're rambling, then everyone's like, well, what's the point? What's the point of this video again? I don't remember. But if you're too serious when everyone's bored.
Don't be smart, guys. Don't be smart.
Don't be smart.
But like, you're a pretty good rambler. You don't repeat your points. You don't usually, which is such a big thing too. Like people repeat.
I don't call it rambling. I call it bullshitting.
Well, that's rambling's the nice way of saying it. You know.
I'm a really good bullshitter, bro.
I'm pretty sure most of this podcast is bullshitting. I'm kidding. We're actually trying to help people. We really are. We're just not great at it.
I'd say we're pretty good at it. I mean, we've helped a lot of people. Yeah,
we have, and I'm very proud of that. I'm proud of the community we have and how they've grown, and over the past couple of years, like you can see the changes. You could see like. And that goes for like anything you do. Feedback is helpful. Get a friend to like bring it back to writing. Get a friend to proofread what you're gonna put out before you do it. Yeah. You know, like I often have Angela, Gina, and Austin proofread. 3 friends of mine proofread my scripts before I finalize them. You know,
get a bag. You know,
like. Get proofreaders. It's helpful. Proofreaders help. Even if they'll make fun of you for every spelling mistake. They always make fun of me for spelling mistakes. You can't see it. I'm staring off into the distance right now. Very, very like flashback style.
Why did I see the flashback coming in without you saying anything? That's the worst part.
I just imagine the Arthur like the Arthur like xylophone, the not xylophone, wind chimes.
Why Arthur?
when I think flashbacks, I think Arthur. I don't know why. Like this is where my brain.
Like when you said that, I was just picturing that I was like flashing back to that time, like Arthur punched DW.
There are like a lot of like you know dream sequences where like it like kind of does look a little wavy thing. You hear and they
yeah.
I always just think of that when I think of like cutaways. I'm not
Well,
a
honestly,
degenerate
like-
that thinks of Family Guy. I think of Arthur like a civilized person.
You know what? Honestly, Arthur, not a bad show to think of in that case. Like, come on, who doesn't like Arthur?
The theme song's done by Ziggy Marley. Like, come on, like, you know, it's cool.
It was kind of weird that they ended the show by revealing that Peanut Butter Gamer wrote the whole entire thing. Like, I was not expecting that. Like, where they just went, yeah, Peanut Butter Gamer wrote this entire show. And it's like, he wasn't even
They gave Arthur Peanut Butter Gamer hair. I forgot about that.
No, they didn't just give him the hair. They made him look exactly the same. Dev, did you see this nonsense with Arthur's ending?
Oh yeah, when they all got aged up, Arthur had like that.
By
Yeah.
fucking
Exactly.
hilarious. ATW a cop.
Oh my god,
That's so funny.
that tracks though. That tracks.
It tracks.
I am genuinely surprised no one has made an edit of them next to each other. So, for context, here's our adult Arthur. Right?
Oh my god.
And here is
Oh my
the legend,
god.
the king himself, the Peanut Butter Gamer.
Listen, I oh my, why does that actually look like Peanut Butter Gamer though?
And the funny thing
I
is,
never
at the
put
time when
that
they-
together. I hate this. What the fuck?
The funny thing is, when they did this too, by the time the finale came out, Peanut Butter Gamer was literally doing a video series marathoning every Arthur video game.
Okay, I didn't know that. That's really funny.
Yeah, so it makes it like even better because he was
Holy shit.
marathoning Arthur point and click games at the time. And in the middle of the point and click games, like in the middle of the retrospective, he just like stops it and goes, so at this point of recording, the Arthur finale just came out, and I guess they seen the first couple episodes of the retrospective because they put me in the episode. Just like there was a whole meme for a while that Arthur grows up to be Peanut Butter Gamer. Peanut Butter Gamer at the time was shifting his content to just talking about Arthur already, so it was so perfect. Honestly, his content hasn't changed. He just talks about Arthur a lot more now. He's still hilarious.
No.
It's still just good old wholesome humor all the way around as he talks about the most niche stuff and then goes on like rants about Arthur because he really loves Arthur, actually. He's like a diehard Arthur fan.
That's her. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. He likes Arthur, he likes Legend of Zelda, he likes Harvest Moon. He has a very interesting palette.
So when in doubt, guys, if you're gonna end your show, just pick a fan of yours on YouTube and say that's the aged up version of your character. Even if your character's like 60 throughout the show, show them at 80 and be like, they just look like the biggest fan. That's it. That's what you gotta do.
In a world where PJ Gaming becomes the adult Arthur, you don't want to miss this thriller in theaters.
Wait, no, we have like a flash forward in Sonic the Hedgehog, and Sonic, aged up Sonic, looks like.
Oh man,
Christian.
I wish a voice mod had a
Oh
Sonic voice.
no!
Does voice mod have a Sonic voice? Oh, it doesn't. Oh.
Pyro has a Sonic voice.
Wait, can I do my Sonic voice? Way past cool.
Baby.
I'm sorry.
Okay, in front of
I'm sorry.
Welcome to the
That wasn't me. That wasn't me. That was somebody. Who the fuck is that? Who got like? Who literally got child Johnny Depp in this? What the fuck is happening?
For context, I just
and of course,
sent a
DW,
screenshot
the
of
most
adult
like
DW.
and you know, no, the most fitting thing is the most abusive character. The most abusive character what was her name? Double D. Literally.
W.
DW.
Double
Yeah.
D's and Ed and Eddie.
Double D's.
Listen, either way, I just love how the most abusive character grew up to be a cop. Like that just makes so much sense, honestly.
Her whole thing was being a tattletale, so it makes sense.
Yeah, her whole thing was saying, "I'm telling."
Suddenly, Arthur punching DW is okay. You know, like suddenly it makes
Yes.
sense.
The bitch deserved it. I stand by that. I stand with Arthur. Punched a little bitch. I feel like that we were like on our best moment in that time and space. Like
Damn, dude. Damn.
Oh my god.
okay, wait, who would win in a bitch off? Okay, DW or Caillou? All right.
I was about to say to Kim,
DW
I was literally looking it up
definitely.
saying it could be worse. She could be this motherfucker, and it was gonna be Caillou. I was literally about to do that.
What were we talking about?
I
Writing?
hate
What were
that.
we talking about? What was that? What about?
Oh yeah. So when it comes to good writing, you don't write characters like Caillou, right? Like when you actually sit down and really like start working on like the writing aspect, you'll realize that like characters like Caillou is an abomination to the humanity.
Well, when it comes to character writing, personally, I think what you have to do is you have to say, like, is this character Caillou? No? Then you're doing a good job.
Yeah, because
exactly.
I get what they were going for with Caillou. They wanted to show like kids are occasionally little shits, and they wanted to acknowledge that, but like they didn't do it correctly.
Well, like, they reward him for his bad behavior half the time.
Behavior, that's the problem.
Like, Caillou will be the worst thing ever, like this little gremlin child. And then the parents will be like, "We're sorry, Caillou. We were bad to you." What do you mean you were bad to Caillou? Caillou was bad to you.
Now, Juice, I actually do, Dev, I do want to ask you something.
Yeah.
Do you watch Noodle, the YouTuber Noodle?
Yeah, I used to watch him, but more so in recent years, I haven't been keeping up with his content. But yeah, from what I've seen, he's got some pretty good stuff.
Okay, because like when I first saw like your little character that you use in your videos, my first thought was, the kind of outlines, the kind of silhouette, it kind of reminded me of like Noodle. So I wonder if you were like inspired by him to some degree.
Not by Noodle, really. Have you guys ever heard of this YouTuber Ginger Pill?
Yes,
No.
love Ginger Pale. I could see that inspiration there.
Yeah, that's where most of my inspiration in terms of the art style at least came from Ginger Pill. Beforehand, I used to be in like one of those story time animation type channels, but I've long since moved from that. Yeah, that's where my style came from, really.
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah.
I could definitely see that as long as a fan of both Noodle and Ginger Pale. Like, I could definitely, like, I always sat there and like, is he inspired by Noodle? But I was like, I also thought that you also kind of I don't know, like there's some things that also reminded me of Ginger Pale, so I could see the inspiration of Ginger Pale in there.
Yeah.
Like, even then, like Noodle and Ginger Pale, their humors are relatively similar too, in general. So that's why I think of them. Both incredible YouTubers, though. So
Yeah, definitely.
great ones to pick for getting inspired by. I gotta ask, just because your avatar, there's like a little more movement in your avatar than a lot of other channels. And I gotta know, how long did it take to make that Amphibia video? Because that thing's an hour.
Yeah, it was actually kind of ridiculous how long this took me. It took me like since my Owl House video all the way up until like June, maybe July of this year. So like about 6-ish months. I was just working on that nonstop and nothing else. But yeah, it took me quite a while. For a while, I actually did feel like I wasn't going to get it finished. But after a while, I think got the hang of it.
Well, luckily it turned out really, really well. Well, I guess that's not lucky. That's your skill, really.
Yeah. After a while, no, you can go. My bad.
No, you go, dude.
No, yeah, I was going to say after a while, I did started to notice like audio issues. My voice was cracking pretty bad, and I was still like tweaking the audio a bit. So I was and there was like a whole portion of the video where it just got cut off completely, like almost about 20-25 minutes. and I just almost decided to just give up entirely. But yeah, that's the worst.
We've all been there too. Like
Murphy's Law. That's the one thing you got to know as a content creator is Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong, and you got to be prepared for it.
I also love how in your videos, like I like how you just throw the way you put your character into like the thumbnails. Like I just love the incorporation of you in the thumbnails.
Yeah, I figured I didn't want to just, plaster him in the background or, like in the front. That feels kind of jarring to me, so I always figured I would like integrate them on the drawing itself, like have them on like a character's head or something, like in the character's pocket, something like that. And I felt that always like was a more interesting approach to take.
Yeah, like in your Rick and Morty video, he's like creeping in the corner. Or how he's on Charlie's head in Smiling Friends.
Yeah.
The only one you didn't do that with was like your first like analysis video, which was the turning red, unless you did more before then that I just don't know about.
9/11, turning red. 9/11.
No.
Turning red. 9/11.
Spark, Drew is not here. We are not talking about 9/11 again. We had a guest on a few episodes ago named Drew, and we talked a lot about Mr. Enter's takes on 9/11. Turning red.
Yeah, Mr. Enter.
I can make this shit a whole musical number.
Jeez, please don't make a musical number.
Turning red wasn't realistic because it did not have 9/11. Bum, 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 bum.
We have said 9/11 too many times. This podcast is going to be taken down.
One thing that sucks though is like a lot of Adult Swim and Cartoon Network stuff. So fun fact, Max is not available in Canada. Never has been, and they say never will be. Right? That means Cartoon Network and like Adult Swim shows, you can't stream them here. There's no way to watch them without going and buying the box set on like iTunes or something. But seriously, Warner Brothers, release your shit in Canada. Like you literally like they have this stupid thing because they own a different streaming service in Canada called Crave, right? Where they only really bring the serious dramas there, and that's it. They have all this stuff, and Crave has the rights to put them on, and they just choose not to. And then, like, once a year, they pick one animated show to put on. And you know what they chose? Last year, they could have picked Infinity Train. Remember this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they decided, no, Canadians should get Seth Rogen's Santa Inc.
Best choice ever. But you won that one. Oh my gosh.
You won the lottery.
He made Ninja Turtles cool again, man. Obviously Santa Inc.'s gotta be good, right? Come on. He made me mayhem.
Santa Inc. isn't a failure of a show that tries to have a positive feminist message, but screws it up so bad it accidentally ends up being sexist? No. It doesn't do that.
I'm gonna be real. I feel like that's a lot of like shows that nowadays that try to have a feminist message. They always end up like kind of accidentally being super sexist.
It can happen, but I've never seen it happen as bad as Santa Inc.
Yeah.
Because Santa Inc.'s message, it keeps trying to tell you that like women should be in power more. We should let women run businesses. But then like the actual show is like the main character committing murder so she could be Santa Claus. Or like, and like just being horrible.
It's actually a meta commentary on Hillary Clinton. I didn't say that. For legal reasons, that's a joke. For legal reasons, that's a joke.
Jeez.
I
But no,
don't want to
it's
say it's a joke for comedy reasons. Also, there's something funny about me imagining James shitting his pants over that, being like, no, Spark, it's a joke, it's a joke.
It's honestly really funny imagining Hillary Clinton suing Pyro. I want to limit that timeline.
Would his life be ruined? Yes, but would it still be funny? Also, yes.
Hey, you know what would be almost as funny as?
What?
Cursed memes.
Curse memes? We're doing curse meme? Oh, I don't have a curse meme this week, actually, or this time. So,
Well,
maybe.
so as you guys know, at the time of the recording this, we had a Nintendo Direct about
Oh.
about Mario, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fans went absolutely crazy at one reveal. There was a very specific reveal they went absolutely nuts for. Mario's a stripper now.
I see.
Yeah, I don't actually have a curse meme, but I have something that goes with that really well.
Dude. Luigi too. So here's a question: when's
There's a
Toad?
reason why they're called the Mario Bros.
So
Oh my god! Somebody please draw fan art of the three of them just busting a move in a club, please. Like I will post it on the YTFA Twitter if you do.
For a reference, so Spark posted Luigi twerking, and then I posted with one of the first cursed memes we ever did on this show, one of the earliest ones, which was Toad with hyper realistic muscular legs. Which is like a really old one we did a long time ago.
Yeah.
I just thought it went well with Stripper Mario, you know?
Yeah.
Dev, do you by any chance have a cursed meme that you know of that you'd like to share?
Does it have to be on theme?
No.
No, not
It can be literally anything that's cursed yet funny.
Okay. Okay, let me see what I have here.
Videos are also allowed, by the way.
Okay, let's see. I think this is all I have. Hope you can accept this offering.
I don't see it in the chat yet. What? Oh my god. Oh god. These Disney live action remakes are getting out of control.
Leave it to the goddamn furries.
That's a good cursed meme. That's right.
Oh my god.
This is somebody's like dream actually, like that they wish that this was real. Like I guarantee it, bro. Like they want this.
James Patterson finally made a Maximum Ride movie. This is what it looks like. That's airy.
I don't know how to feel about that.
You know what? Okay.
Look, if you saw the actual Maximum Ride movie, you'd be grateful.
You know, I do have one thing. It's not a very good curse meme, but I do have something. You guys might, if you guys have been following my community tab, you might have seen this a few months ago. But okay, so I've been watching a lot of Gundam. I've been really getting into Gundam in the last couple of years. And something interesting about the anime G Gundam is like every one of the robots in that show is based on different countries. Each one is based on a different country. There's like an American
Okay.
Gundam, there's a Japan
Europe.
Gundam, Sweden Gundam.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
So this one is Mexico Gundam.
Oh no. Oh no.
Can you guess what its name
Oh.
is? Can you guess what its name is?
Alejandro Cabrera.
It's Tequila Gundam.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tequila
no.
Gundam.
Yeah. I love when
Gundam.
people point out my stereotypes. Yeah. Tequila.
this is like some Italia shit right here. Anyone remember Italia?
Dude.
Yeah.
G
I'm
Gundam is
sorry, I love
basically
the one
Italian
Hispanic.
giant robots. That's basically what it is.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I just love the one Hispanic here cheering for the fucking tequila Gundam. Like, I'll fucking embrace that shit. If you can't beat them, you just fucking join them. You know.
Oh, jeez. So I think we have one last segment. I think you guys know.
Peanut butter jelly time.
No, I wish I should.
Jelly time, peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. Dan, look, Dan. Okay.
Hey,
Yeah,
while you're
that's
sitting
the
there,
most energized I've ever heard, James.
do you mind, James, while you're singing peanut butter jelly time, do you mind just including the words "ask us a question and we'll answer it" and shit? It's time for the Q&A segment.
Do it. You were so energized.
I
Like
sing it
3
every
seconds ago.
episode. It's your turn.
You can do
Ask us a
this.
question now. Ask us a question now. It's Q&A.
Yeah.
It's Q&A segment. It's Q&A segment.
Yeah. Bro literally just gave up halfway in. It's like you can hear the energy just slowly dying.
I don't know how I started reminding myself of like this weird radio commercial I heard one time called 1-800 Law
Why do I remember that?
You heard that? Like just the dude going LAWBOSS LAWBOSS 1-800
Yeah, it was so weird.
You've heard that? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And like I think they're trying to be cool to relate to the kids, but it's like, why would kids ever need this service?
It's so funny.
1-800 Law Boss, 1-800 Law Boss.
Here's an interesting question that comes from Green Boy, bit of a regular on the show. He asked this before our original server got hacked and taken over. But
I wonder whose fault that was. I wonder whose fault that was.
It was me. Or that's why it's mine now.
I see. That's what. But now that we have logs of it, we can finally answer Green Boy asking, "What's a good question? What's a good practice for profile pictures, i.e., brand, personal, or something else?" Just thought I'd ask.
Me.
Personally, it depends on what you're doing. First, sit down, ask yourself, are you a business or a single creator? I think it's always important for your business to have a logo, but if it's just you, usually I'd recommend to be more relatable to have a picture of yourself. So for example, for me, I used to have my logo as my profile picture on YouTube. But then over time, I actually got art of myself and made that my profile picture. And it actually helped boost my engagement because it's more relatable because there's a face attached to it. It really just depends on what your goal for visuals with your company or your YouTube channel is. It's really when they say like it's not a one size fits all thing. So I think the question's a little bit more complicated than just, oh, do I take a picture of myself or do I use my logo? I say it depends if it's a team or if it's just you.
I find, in my opinion, I'm more about like, a lot of projects that have a team will have a mascot nowadays anyways. I noticed for most channels, when you switch to a profile picture with a character or with you in it or anything like that, it tends to get a lot more engagement. I actually did an experiment a couple of years ago in 2019 when I was switching out from the my old logo to a character. I tested it on Twitter by trying different screenshots from my cartoons, see what got the most engagement. And I actually found that it was the more personality shown in the profile picture, the more engagement there was. The more character you showed, the better. Like if it's just a generic like character smiling, it doesn't do as well. But if it's like there's really good examples of this. Like some people will have a character like like yelling or like just doing random shit, and that usually does well. Like one channel I think does a pretty solid job of this is Luka Chow Mix. He's someone who does Sonic content on YouTube. So what does he do is he has this very adventure era inspired art style for his character avatar, who's doing like a very dynamic pose and a very expressive peace sign. You know?
Kid Gohan, it's more Toriyama style, but yeah.
I don't know anything about Dragon Ball. I've said that so many times.
Yeah.
I know nothing.
Don't stop, we're in luck now. Don't stop, there's so much to be found. We can't find paradise.
All we
have to do is go for it. So Dragon Song. I love that intro. I don't care. If we get copyright claim for that, I don't care. You hear me? Whoever's in charge of Dragon Ball, I don't care. Sue me. Fuck you. I'm having a good time.
Just like that, this channel is gone. Or we're audio only now. Catch us on Spotify.
Yep.
But like another good example though, what I'm talking about is The Odd Ones Out, right? It says a lot about him, the Odd Ones Out.
Oh? Oh?
Who's that? Oh? Yeah, okay.
Just some guy, some animator. You know?
The furry animator. Okay, now I know what you're
Yeah.
My bad.
Actually didn't know who you was talking about?
No, I did. I was waiting for like
the guy who made a Bluey video recently.
Oh,
the furry. Yeah, that one. Okay, I like him. Yeah.
Yeah, so like his profile picture is another example of what I'm talking about, where it's very expressive. It's basically just him jumping into a pool, but I feel like that says a lot about the optimistic, cheery character that you can expect to watch when you watch the channel. Optimistic guy who goes on weird rants. That's kind of his whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my thoughts. We still have two more people though on the show to answer the question, so I'll turn it over.
For me, I feel like a logo, if talking like specifically like profile pictures, I think the best thing you can do is get a crappy clip art of a mug and a crappy clip art.
Oh my god.
Put glasses on the mug. Take the initials from the YouTube channel. Use the Guardians of the Galaxy font to put those initials on in front of.
Bro's not cooking. Bro's actually not cooking. Bro's not cooking.
That's bro is microwaving right now. Can we normalize instead of saying bro is not cooking to just saying bro is microwaving?
That is like
I bro's microwaving. Yeah, but it doesn't have a. But that's still a form of cooking. Bro's not even microwaving. He just slapped it on a plate and had it set in the sun and thought he was doing God's good work. Like that.
Worst part is it was eggs.
Well, in Texas, that would work perfectly.
Yeah, come up here to Ontario, buddy. That's not working so well over here, okay? Come to Canada. It's cold.
That's so far.
Dev, what are your thoughts on
be a little
pictures?
Sorry.
Honestly, I kind of agree with what Spark said earlier. It kind of just depends what kind of channel or what kind of thing you're trying to push. If it's like a specific brand or if it's like a personal thing, I would suggest using a more personal type thing, like a character or a mascot, something like that. But if it's a brand or a company you pursue or plan on pushing, I would suggest doing like the typical brand logo-esque thing, Okay,
so we got two in Sparks Field, one in mine, and literally everyone ganged up on Pyro. Literally everyone told him he was microwaving.
Yeah, first Twitter, now this. He's gonna kill me in my sleep for all this.
When you microwave like that, it's no wonder Elon Musk doesn't want you on his platform.
Yeah, because you can't cook.
Mark Zuckerberg puts me on his platform, so that's kind of cool, I guess.
To be fair, he's probably desperate right now. Who's using Threads?
Lots of people.
Except like
Not a lot of
normies.
people-
Oh my god, guys! Did you see this new Starbucks coffee I just got today? Oh my god!
I gotta tell you a little secret, Spark.
What?
There's a reason they're called normies. It's because they're a good chunk of people. We are the minority of people. They are the majority. You know?
So it is actually
The echo chamber is just
I just have one question, okay?
worse for Nintendo. All right. Anyone got things to plug? Dev, you got something coming up you want to plug?
I have a Spider-Verse video coming out soon-ish, maybe within the next month or so if I'm not procrastinating. But yeah, go check that out if you would like.
that's all the time that we have. Be sure to follow us on the YTFA subreddit, Twitter, or the Discord. With that said, remember to keep at it and keep improving.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the YTFA Podcast. If you like this episode, you can give us support by following us on YouTube, Spotify, Twitter, and now Instagram. Thanks again, and we will see you in the next one.